you face. There are new realities that come up. There are new things, there are new dynamics that you have to contend with. And it takes a high level of acknowledging that changes have happened, learning how to adjust them so that you are well positioned and well equipped to be a strong family leader. This program is here to challenge, to equip, and also to inspire and encourage the family leaders to expand their capacity for family leadership so that together we can cause national transformation. For that matter, today, our topic is adjusting and learning family leadership as a newly married. And to help us go through this kind of important conversation is none other than my wonderful friend, my brother, my fellow family leader, my fellow man, Martin Sabiiti Rwabihurwa. My brother, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
You're always looking, sharp. Eh?
Thank you, thank you.
I don't know whether to thank you or thank your wife.
Both.
Both.
Yeah, we do it together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about yourself. Who is Martin? Who is here with us?
Thank you very much, and good evening, viewers. My name is Martin Sabiiti Rwabihurwa. I'm a family man. I'm married, Reverend Esther Nandaula Sabiiti. We have 3 children, wonderful children, 1 boy and 2 wonderful girls. I work with a company called Cliff Group. We promote trade between Arab countries and Uganda. But personally, I do quite a number of things. I'm a consultant in real estate. I'm a consultant. I also do debt collection. So, yeah, well,
when you said you do debt collection,
I am one of those who came to sanitize debt collection.
Okay.
It is not a matter of running up and down,
yes,
chasing people, but you can, talk to people nicely, and you are able to collect that money.
Interesting.
But please don't invite me to collect some of the big debts I'm reading about in the newspaper.
In some countries on this continent.
Yes.
You're very welcome, Martin.
Thank you very much.
So for how long have you been married to Esther?
We have been married so far for 7 years.
Okay.
We got married in 2014, December 6th. So this year we'll be making 8 years in our marriage.
Okay.
In December.
Okay.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Interestingly, many people don't quote unquote live to see the 8th or 7th birthday of their own marriage, if I can call it that, anniversary.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I always, when I'm interacting with some married people, I always say that the first 5 years of marriage are the most impactful, the most difficult. Most marriages today,
yes,
don't survive those years. And once you get past 5 years in marriage, it's a big milestone. And if you are able to go through those 5 and you are still together, chances are that you are going to succeed.
Okay.
Yes.
Many people don't see that 5th birthday of the marriage or the wedding anniversary.
Especially today.
Yes.
Today there are very many challenges that are facing the marrieds of today.
Okay.
That they don't live to celebrate their 6th anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting there. So this is a leadership program, Martin.
Yes.
But it is a leadership program that focuses on family. In other words, leading the family. So let's begin from there. In your own view, as a consultant in trade, as somebody who helps in debt collection, as somebody who is a husband, somebody who is a father, who is a community leader, to you, what is leadership?
I look at leadership in 3 things. 1, vision. 2, strategy. 3, communication. So I would say that leadership is the art to visualize where you are going, and then the ability to lay strategies to reach there, and the skills to communicate that thing or that place where you want to go to all the stakeholders that are involved in that journey. So therefore, I would say that family leadership is the ability to visualize the kind of family you want to build, and then the ability to strategize, to lay strategies on how to build that family.
Yes.
And then have the skills to communicate to the people, the key people, the important people in trying to build that family.
Interesting.
Yes.
This is critical. Vision,
yes,
strategy and communication.
Yes.
That you know where you are going or where you want to go. You know how to get there. And you have the capability or the capacity to let those that are going with you know that very place, know the strategy, and therefore able to walk towards that place with you. Yes. I like the fact that you not only defined leadership in those terms, but you went down to immediately relate it with the family. So when we say family leadership, therefore we are looking at somebody being able to visualize the kind of family they want to have, strategize how they will get there, and ably cast that vision to the family members to rally them, to inspire them to go together towards that future of the family.
Absolutely. And the reason why this is important is because it does not begin when you actually have a wife, let's say. Because even before you have a wife, if you have a vision of the kind of family you want to build, therefore as a man, even the woman you're going to marry is going to be very, very critical. It is a very important aspect in the family you're going to build.
In other words, it's possible for you to have a good vision and get yoked with the wrong partner to go towards that vision.
Absolutely.
So in other words, this kind of visualization shouldn't start after the wedding.
No. If you do that, you're making a big mistake. So you have to start before you get that woman.
Yes.
What kind of woman is going to help you build the kind of family that you are visualizing?
Maybe if I can even turn it around a little bit and put some tweak to it, it may also mean that this woman should also think in advance what kind of a man she would like to be married to by virtue of the picture of the family she would like to build also.
Absolutely. Everybody must have a vision, must visualize the kind of marriage, the kind of family they want to be part of, they want to create.
Yes.
And so when you share, when as a man you share your vision, a woman also who has visualized the family they want to build, once they hear your vision,
they should be sold onto it.
They will know that this is the right person that I've been looking for.
Or this is a good vision and a good man
that I can buy into.
But not one I can buy into even.
Exactly.
Because I remember something happened. I have a friend of mine we studied together at the university, a lady. And there was a gentleman who came and proposed to her, you know, to get her hand in marriage. And this lady looked at him and said, "You are a good man. I admire you. I love the way you do your things. But you're good not for me, good for someone else. The kind of person I am looking for is different. You are not a bad man, you are a good man, but not good for me." So the man may have a good vision, but maybe not relevant to the kind of future the woman was also looking at.
Absolutely.
Same thing, the man could also look at a woman who has a number of good features and characteristics, but not ones that fit into the kind of family he wants to build.
Absolutely. And once you have that, and you get such a response, it helps you a lot.
Yes.
Because one of the challenges that many face is rejection. So if you don't have, if you have not presented a good vision,
a good manifesto,
or if you have presented the vision that is good, you believe it is good, and the person is responding, you know, it helps you, like the way you stated it. It helps you to understand that this woman has not rejected you. You understand?
But the future you aspire to have.
The future that you aspire to have. And so once you understand that, you will know that at some point you will find someone who will buy into your vision.
I think that helps young people to deal with rejection.
It helps a lot.
When you put your manifesto on the table and the lady says, I'm sorry, I'm not going with you. You should be able to put that into perspective.
Yes.
It's not you who is being refused or rejected. But it is what you brought forth.
Yeah, but in most cases, you find that some of the proposals actually do not have detailed plans.
Okay.
It's just, let's try and see if it works. And, that's not the best way to approach someone when you have a vision, when you have visualized the kind of marriage that you want to build.
All right.
And you just approach someone without, detailed information of what you're planning to do.
You need to ask my wife, Charity.
Yes.
When she came, she phoned me with 14 pages on my laptop, on my desktop. I had a desktop at that time, about the future I was looking at. And then that's when I proposed after she had read through.
Wonderful.
Anyway, so we are focusing specifically on the newly marrieds.
Yes.
So now they have gone through all that thing of proposal, acceptance, wedding. Now the family is here. The family has started. And our topic today is adjusting and learning family leadership as a newly married person. So I want to ask, could there be particular problems that are so specific to a newly married man in trying to lead his family? Are there particular challenges?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are some challenges that you face when you are newly married. One of the biggest challenges that newly marrieds face is adjustment to a new life, letting to a married life, letting go of your single life. It's a very big challenge.
Yes.
You find people are married, but they are still somehow living a single life. And in many ways, when you are still single, there's a way you do things. There's a way you behave. And so when you get married, you are required to adjust, to accommodate the new person that has come into your life.
Yes.
I will tell you, like people who love football.
Those are many.
And they enjoy watching a late night game.
Yes.
When they get married, this can be a source of conflict.
Yes.
When you go to watch a game that ends at 1 a.m. And your newly wedded wife,
and you are even not watching it from home.
You are not watching it from home.
Yes.
Maybe you do not have capacity to have DSTV, and so you have to go somewhere else to watch the game. And so you find so many young people still fail to adjust or find it difficult to adjust to this situation.
Letting go of singleness.
Yes.
So you are a married man, you are a young man who has been in marriage for 2 months, for 1 year, for 2 years, but you're still living like a single man in the way you make decisions, in the things you do, what you become part of, and so on and so forth.
So, then leaving your father and your mother can be a big challenge, because you have been living with your father. By the way, this reminds me, you see, the reason why the Bible says that therefore a man shall leave his father and mother. The Bible does not say that a woman shall leave. Because at any one point, a family is supposed to have one leader. Okay.
There has to be one bull in the crowd.
Yes, and that is the man. So the reason why the man has to leave his father is because he has to go and lead his family.
Because he has married somebody.
Yes.
Now he is a head of a family also.
Exactly.
And we can't have two heads.
We cannot have two heads in one family.
Yes.
So he has to leave so that he is able to lead. So the situation where a man has failed to leave, he has left physically, but emotionally, but socially, and other aspects of his life, he has not left.
Mentally.
He still takes orders from his father. He still, these men that women call mommy's boy.
Mommy's boy.
Yeah, he has a family, but he takes orders from from the home, and sometimes he goes home to eat. Then he comes to.
When you say he goes home to eat, which
he
home?
goes to his father and mother.
Yes.
He eats, and then he comes to now his new home when he's already satisfied.
And he tells the wife, "I'm already satisfied.
Exactly.
I don't want to eat."
Or he comes with some of his relatives or brothers or whatever to this new home, and then they also begin to give orders to his wife. They begin to interfere. So he has that challenge that he has not left his father and his mother to be.
So in other words, living is not only physical.
No, it's
in
not.
fact, largely it's not physical.
It's not.
Because you can stay in your father's compound and build there. Like here in Africa, I think many homes you find the dad says, "Now my son, now that you're mature, go and that's your plot of land, go and build there near the compound, near the very home of the dad." So he may not even live physically, but he must live emotionally, mentally, intellectually, the way he thinks.
Yes.
Okay.
The other challenge is meeting expectations. You know, when we are going to get married, we have many expectations. Some of them we have heard them, other men say them. Some of them we have been taught by our culture. So we have so many expectations. For example, we think when we get married, we just give orders to this woman to do everything that we say. So at our command, she does this and that. We also have expectation that when we get married, we will have sex every day, all the time, lunch, supper, and breakfast. But sometimes you reach there and it's not like that. You find things are quite different. And you know, other times when we are dating, we meet when we are all looking nice and, you know, trying to be, you know, good because we are dating ourselves. We have put makeup, we have done what. So we have never seen each other early morning when there's no makeup. And so now, you know, you have a wonderful, beautiful wife, the way you see her in makeup and all that, and then you reach there, and you find in the morning when there's no makeup, then you see certain things. Or because you have been dating and meeting and, you know, you are talking, there's no quarreling, there's no much of quarreling. But when you get into the marriage now, then you hear some words you have never heard from this person that you got married to.
Reality hits.
So real life begins now.
And it is hitting your expectations.
It is hitting you. Real life begins. And also sometimes the way we have been living our single life, sometimes we assume that even when somebody comes into our lives, they will immediately live like we do. So sometimes some people are real perfectionists, where they left their book is where they expect to find it. So when they don't find it there, that becomes a problem.
And expectations.
It's dealing with expectations. There are also mindsets. There are mindsets we come with in our marriages. For example, like, you know, men don't cook, women know how to cook.
Who says that? Who says that?
Women don't know how to cook. You'll be shocked that you marry somebody who doesn't know how to cook. They have never cooked before. And that can't
even warm water for drinking.
It can be a challenge. Men don't cook, and so, you know, that becomes a real issue, a real challenge. Of course, you know, and part of the leadership is, for example, if I am to use myself as an example, I stayed alone before I got married, I was living alone. So whatever I wanted in the house, you did
it for yourself?
Yeah, I did it for myself. So when I got married, so my wife started asking me, can I bring you a glass of juice? Can I do this? And then I was like, but I know where juice is in this house. So if I need it, I can go and get it. So until I was talking about it casually with a mature person who has been married for some time, and then he said, please allow her the opportunity, the privilege to serve you. So as a family leader, there are privileges that you need to allow your follower to be able, because as a leader, people who follow you also take pride and satisfaction in serving you.
Okay. The very same way you should take pride and satisfaction in actually serving them. Because leadership is service.
Exactly.
Yes.
So those are some of the challenges that come with a new marriage.
Okay.
Yes.
So I hear letting go of singleness.
Yes.
Whereby you get married but you stay living like a single.
Yes.
I hear leaving dad and mom so that you can also now become the new dad of the home.
Yes.
The new husband of the home.
Yes.
I also hear meeting expectations and dealing with them. Expectations from different people about you or from you, but also your own expectations of, for example, the wife you have married and other people around you.
Yes.
And I also hear the issue of unsupportive mindsets that can cause challenges in your own leadership.
Absolutely.
If I am to get a little bit personal here, which ones did you personally struggle with the most? If I thought you did.
I remember one time there was a late game. I am a supporter of Arsenal. So there was a late game which
we know what has been happening.
Which started at around 11
p.m.
Yes,
in the night.
And I didn't know how to tell my wife that I was going to watch that game. So I had to come up with a lie, with a story.
Yes.
But
by the way, did she know you did that?
No,
because she's watching right now.
Of course, I didn't implement. Eventually, before the time came for the game, I just forgot about the whole idea.
Yes.
So, yeah. So those are, I'm telling you that those are some of the challenges.
That sounds like letting go of singleness.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, you are new. Your wife wants you to be there. One of the things that women like is being there with them.
Yes.
You know, even if you are not saying anything, but you know, when you are there, they feel comfortable, they feel secure.
Your presence.
Your presence.
Your availability.
Exactly. But now, the football is trying to interfere. A football game, which is a one-off, is trying to interfere with the marriage of a lifetime.
Yes.
So I had to...
No, wait.
Yes.
Say that statement again. The football game, which is a one-off, is standing in the way of a marriage which is for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So I had to, when I thought about it, after I had concocted the story, I actually abandoned the whole idea and I stayed home. Yeah, but I had already told the story. So I said, we have cancelled.
Oh dear. There we are. Thank you for overcoming that very evening.
It was tough.
Now, something is getting to my mind at this moment. Now, if you look at these things that we have talked about, you realize that there is always premarital counseling that people go through.
Yes.
Almost everybody does so, especially those that go through the official marriage, wedding, especially if I can give an example of the Christian marriage. People go to church, they are wedded at the altar, and they start their marriage. And before that wedding day, they are taken through some months of premarital counseling. Now, if these newly married people still have to struggle with these things you have just talked about, I am wondering, how relevant is this premarital counseling they often receive?
Thank you. Premarital counseling is very, very important and very, very relevant. The challenge, though, that I have found is that in some places they rush through it. They do it for a very short time. Some of the reasons could be maybe the person who wants to get married, they are working in a far distant place.
They work in the Middle East and they are coming back to wait.
Yeah, they have a little time to, you know, be available for that kind of thing. Yeah, but also sometimes the church, you know, doesn't give a lot of time to be able to do that. They rush through it and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
it just becomes like a ritual.
And and also sometimes family leadership is not emphasized. That, like as a real topic to emphasize that as a man,
This
you are
is how
now
you lead.
the leader. You're going to lead this woman. You're going to lead all other people that are going to be part of your family.
Yes.
In most cases, there is a temptation to only focus on what I call kojaism or kojarism.
What's that? I've never heard of that word.
You know the senga and the koja, and you know
The aunt and the
their
uncle.
specialties
Yes.
is basically to teach about sex.
Okay.
In marriage. So
Okay.
you find that in most cases they concentrate on that.
Yes.
So when I was planning to get married, I was working somewhere at the provincial office, and then one gentleman came to my office, and then he asked me, "Has anyone talked to you about sex?" I said, "No." So he said, "Okay, you come to my office."
Come.
And that's the only thing he talked about.
Yes.
So in terms of
But thank God he talked about
of course,
it. Now,
of
if
course.
nobody handled it.
Of course.
Eh?
In terms of talking about other things, there was really not much.
Okay.
Even the premarital counseling I attended, we were many.
Yes.
Like
it was
five.
a
So
group
it was
kind
a
of
group
counseling.
kind of counseling.
Okay. That
We
did
didn't get the one-on-one. So we need that kind of one-on-ones to be able to help. And also, maybe the fathers' unions in different churches can help to prepare the young people.
The men's forums.
You know, the world has changed. The world has evolved. We have a lot of urbanization now.
Yes.
Long time ago, there used to be fireplaces where old men would sit with young boys and then talk to them about some of these things. But today, urbanization came. Not much of that kind of gathering is available. So the men's groups in churches must deliberately mentor, counsel young people concerning family leadership.
By the way, let me throw the spanner in the works a little bit and open the Pandora box.
Yes.
As you keep saying, the men's groups in the church should help out. I want to ask quite a rare question. Must premarital counseling be done by people in the church, or there are some other people that can do it outside the church circles?
Yeah, absolutely. The premarital counseling can be done by people outside church. Like I have told you, there used to be fireplaces where men would sit and talk to young boys about families and about how to lead and make your own family. So absolutely yes. But the challenge is that this person who is not in an institutional setting may not continuously take this responsibility of doing so.
Okay.
So when you have a church setting where there is fellowship, there is opportunity for many to meet.
Okay, so you're looking at where there is institutionalization of the premarital counseling need.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So they can continue to include in their topics of study areas that address young people in terms of how, especially boys, in terms of how they adjust, in terms of how they transition from boyhood to manhood.
All right.
Yes.
So now as we talk about this in light of our topic and the word you've just used in your very last statement, what's the place and power of adjustment before we take a break?
Adjustment is really very, very powerful. And if it never takes place in a marriage, that marriage may not work. Because marriage is where two people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different worldviews, different mindsets come together. And so these cultures, worldviews, mindsets must have a meeting point. And the meeting point comes from the the ability, the willingness to adjust.
Yes.
We have to adjust our mindsets, we have to adjust our worldviews, we must adjust our sentiments, we must adjust the way we look at things in order to accommodate the new person.
Okay.
One of the things I learned when I got married is that now I have someone I am responsible for.
Yes.
I cannot continue to live
The way you were
the
living.
way I was living.
Coming home at any time you want.
Exactly, absolutely.
Yes.
And I realized that now this person, you know, when I have my brothers, my sisters, I know that the whole family is responsible for, you know, everybody. But now I realize that this wife of mine, I am the only person solely responsible for her.
Yes.
And when I got children, it even became more serious.
The work increased.
Because now, whatever happens to them is my responsibility.
But there are some men who say, my role was to bring forth to you. You are now in the world. Find a way.
That is very, very dangerous for the man and the community at large.
So that's one area where they must adjust.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in other words, adjustment is about finding this meeting point.
Yes.
And you've used two powerful words here, the ability and the willingness.
Yes.
So there has to be ability to adjust and also the willingness to adjust. Which one comes first? I think maybe willingness. Then you build the ability.
Will.
Yes.
Yeah, the will to adjust. You know, there are people who, all of us have that ability. But normally what what blocks our mind is the will.
Yes.
What am I willing to do this?
Okay.
I mean, the human body, the human mind has amazing abilities that are hidden.
Yes, including adjustment.
Exactly. So the only place that can release it is the will.
Yes.
The willingness of somebody to actually adjust. But adjustment in a marriage is very, very powerful.
And necessary.
And necessary.
But does it come naturally? Is it a natural thing? Is adjustment a natural thing?
It is not.
Then why should I be motivated to sweat it out?
Because, you know, it makes your life in a marriage, you know, smooth. It reduces conflict.
It reduces friction.
And friction. It reduces conflict and it makes you a better family leader. People who are not willing to adjust, we call them rigid. They are rigid people.
Inflexible.
They have rigidity. And I read a book, she said that rigidity is costly.
Yes.
So when you become rigid and you don't want to change, you don't want to adjust, eventually you become toxic.
Yes.
And even the people you are leading will